One of the most unique and, let's be honest, sometimes misunderstood parts of Montessori education is the mixed age classroom. It's not just a small detail, it's right at the core of the entire method. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why it's so important. So, if you're a parent who's new to this whole approach, seeing little toddlers and kindergarten age kids all in the same room, well, it can bring up some really valid questions. It's a very different setup from what most of us grew up with, right? The first thing people usually ask is just why? What's the thinking here? Why would you put all these different age groups together when, traditional schools work so hard to keep them separate? And then, of course, it gets personal. Parents naturally start to worry, okay, is my 3-year-old going to be totally overwhelmed or just lost in a class with kids who are almost twice their age? And the last big one is about focus. I mean, with so many different activities and learning levels happening all at once, isn't there a huge risk that the kids, especially the younger ones, are just going to get confused by everything going on? Okay, let's really dive into this. Because while all those concerns are completely understandable, the Montessori method sees this classroom structure not as a weakness, but as one of its absolute greatest strengths. It's not an accident, it's a carefully designed environment that has some really profound benefits. So, the first and most fundamental reason is that this entire model is designed to mirror the real world. It's all about creating a space that actually reflects how we learn and live naturally, outside the four walls of a school. And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. I mean, think about it. Where else in your life are you only surrounded by people who are born in the exact same 12-month window as you? Nowhere. Our families, our jobs, our neighborhoods, they're all mixed age. Segregating kids by age is the artificial thing. Montessori is just embracing what's natural. All right, so let's keep going because this natural structure creates something really, really special. It kicks off this powerful, self-reinforcing cycle of learning and leadership that ends up benefiting every single child in that room. For the younger kids, this whole setup is like a launch pad for learning. They are just natural observers. A toddler sees a 4-year-old carefully pouring water without spilling, and suddenly they're inspired to try. A 3-year-old sees a 5-year-old totally lost in a book, and it gives them this powerful sneak peek of what's possible. It's like a shortcut to motivation. It creates this beautiful, almost symbiotic relationship. So picture this. A younger child sees an older one working with the pink tower. The older child, who's already mastered it, can then step into this amazing leadership role and show the younger one how it's done. And what's the result? The little one learns from a peer they really look up to, and the older one gets this huge boost of confidence. And here is the secret sauce for the older child. This isn't just about them being helpful. When a 5-year-old has to break down and explain a task to a 3-year-old, they have to reinforce their own knowledge on a way deeper level. The act of teaching is really the ultimate test of whether you've truly understood something. It cements their own mastery. Okay, so we've talked academics, but the social side of this, it's a total game changer. This structure fundamentally shifts the entire emotional climate of the classroom away from competition and towards a genuine sense of community. In a traditional classroom where everybody's the same age and is supposed to be at the same level, it's so easy for this unhealthy comparison thing to start. Kids start worrying, am I ahead, am I behind? But in a mixed age room, that pressure just kind of melts away. It's a given that everyone is on their own unique learning journey, working at their own pace, and collaboration just naturally takes the place of comparison. So what you get is this incredible training ground for some of the most crucial skills in life. The older kids learn empathy and patience as they help out their younger peers. They develop leadership and a real sense of responsibility. And the younger kids, well, they learn how to ask for help, how to follow, and how to trust others. Both roles are just so essential for building a healthy, functioning community. All right, so when you tie all of this together, the mirroring of real life, that amazing leadership loop, and the deep focus on community, we finally get to the core philosophy behind this whole structure. And it all comes down to this one powerful idea. A classroom shouldn't just be a crowd of individuals all trying to move in the same direction at the same speed. It should be a living, breathing community where all the members support each other, teach each other, and learn from each other. That's how you nurture confident leaders and endlessly curious learners. So I'll just leave you with this thought to mull over.
What if we reimagined education? What if every classroom felt less like some kind of race to be won and a whole lot more like a family, where every single person has a unique role to play and a valuable contribution to make?